I hope everyone's having a great and eventful day so far, as well as week. I'm doing phenomenal myself. No complaints thus far. I'm just happy to be alive and well. I know, as you know, I am a Niner fan through and through. Probably the first time me going live with the traditional 49 colors on. So I do have my red and white 49er gear on today, just to have a change in pace. For today, today's update. I know I have not gone live for a few days now, but last time I went live, I was at 341 subscribers. Today, I'm at 483 subscribers. So I've gained 140 subscribers over the past few days. So I'm very excited about that journey, being only 17 away from my short term goal, which was 500. So I'm very grateful for everyone who's visited my channel, liked, comment, and subscribed to my channel. Definitely means a lot to me as always. So thank you to everyone who's subscribed, comment, and liked any of the content that I've uploaded so far. Um, Today's life update. As you know, I've been applying for several different federal jobs over the last few months. Had a lot of interviews, and I did get a few offers over the last couple weeks. The dream job that I wanted, I I got the offer, and they started doing some security checks. And unfortunately, due to my recent employment history, I got DQ'd the from that role. Nothing bad. They just with the government jobs, they do risk assessments. So if they notice that you have a pattern, or if something populates that they don't jive with, they'll just rather not give you the opportunity. So I lost that opportunity, unfortunately. But my second choice literally provided me an offer the following week, and I feel real good about that opportunity. It doesn't require a secret or a top clearance. It just requires a security clearance. So I feel pretty good about it. They called me yesterday and asked me to do my federal drug test. So when I got the call yesterday, I was elated. I was like, well, I know I filled out my application. I interviewed. I got my offer last week. So to get a call yesterday that we need you to do your pre-employment drug test, I felt great about it. So I'm thrilled about this potential opportunity with the federal government. It's been a dream of mine for years. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get the final offer within the next week or so. As you also know, I will be leaving Colorado probably within the next 2 weeks or so. So my lease is up. So my this time next week I probably will start packing up my apartment, because my lease technically is up not this Sunday but the following Sunday. So I'd rather just be ahead of the game as it relates to getting my apartment ready to go. Um, there's several other job opportunities out there with the federal government that I have that I'm awaiting interviews for as well. So I'm just a person that's not going to put all my eggs in a basket. I'd rather have a lot of backup plans just in case. So I'm excited about the future. If you're just joining my live, I'm giving you just a channel update. I was at 341 subscribers a few days ago, and I'm currently at 483. So I gained 142 subscribers over the last few days. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm about 17 subscribers away from my short-term goal of 500. So thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. If you visit the channel and you like and comment on any content, thank you as well. Um, Recent hikes. I did go on a hike at the Hazy Trailhead. A couple days ago, I had a phenomenal time. I ended up hiking about 21.2 miles. I walked about 45,000 steps, and I came across probably two of the best blue lakes that you could think of. Almost like an emerald sapphire blue lakes, which is Bob and Betty lakes. And I also came across about 7 to 8 different waterfalls. So I think I ended up taking over 500 pictures, almost 80 videos of just that beautiful place to hike. And the good thing about it, it was only like 40 miles from my apartment. So it's part of the Roosevelt National Forest, similar to the Brainerd Rec area. It's near Allen Park. I'm considering going back there tomorrow because I did at the Hezzy Trailhead. I did the Bob and Betty Lakes, and I did the Lost Lake. But because there's so many different lakes and waterfalls along those trails, I'm considering going back tomorrow just to make up for the trails that I missed. Also, my hiking poles came in. I'm super excited about that. And my I also bought some mosquito net um, covering for my face. That's slated to arrive tomorrow, but I'm not gonna wait for that to arrive to my apartment to prevent me from going hiking tomorrow because I feel great about everything so far. So as I stated, my goal was to maximize Colorado for the past month and a half just to hit the trails and just see some sights that I wish I had the opportunity to see while I've been here. So that's gonna be the goal. And if I get that final if I get that final offer from the federal government role by the end of this week, then I may even drive down to San Juan Mountains and just go ahead and hit that up. If I don't do that, I did see a few other places that people hiked in Silverton, Colorado. I saw a Columbine Lake that had some nice blue blue lake. It looked amazing. I saw someone on IG post it, so I may hike that as well. So I'm just excited about life. So I hope everyone that's on the live today. I hope that you're doing great. I hope you and your family are doing phenomenal, and I hope that everything that's going on in your life is going well. I know with me, sometimes you just got to speak a lot of things to existence. You want to be able to be confident and be positive at all times, and you want to be the person that if someone if you were someone else, you want to be that type of person or friend that will be able to encourage someone to keep moving forward. So I'm very excited about this next chapter in my life with the federal government. I'm just waiting on that final offer to hit, and then I can feel better about life as a whole. And I'm just going to just make the best out of everything. So anything that you like doing in life, I would encourage you to have that balance. You don't want to be going hard at work all the time and just not having time to reset. It's a dangerous game, especially on the mental health side of the house. So make sure that whatever you're doing in life, make sure you got a balance somehow. I know on this channel in my life, I do a lot of things just to have a good balance. I do hiking. I go to 49er games. I travel. I do that throughout the year just to have a good balance. So it's just a situation that you just want to be very happy about life and just be able to. I look at life as a trail. When you're going on a hike, you're gonna see a lot of you're gonna see a lot of nature around you. You're gonna see trees. You're gonna see mountains. You're gonna see lakes, rivers, and streams. You're gonna see wildlife. And oftentimes when you're on that journey, you may get to the point in which you may have some things that may cause you to trip, to fall, or terrain may be a little may be bad. You may get tired, but the good thing about hikes and everything is nothing wrong with taking a break, stopping for a while to catch your breath. But the most important thing about that, as you should do in life, is after you take that break, and you stop, keep moving forward. Don't let any obstacles that's in your way deter you from getting to the goal. You may be hurt, you may be in some pain, but keep moving forward. That's the one thing I would encourage anyone to do in life, and just know that sometimes things may not go the way that you want it to go. But if you're able to just persevere and remain positive about the situation, oftentimes it's going to work out. I will like to say, most people would say back in the day, trouble don't last always. I definitely believe that. It's just a matter of just keeping hope alive and just maintaining and sustaining whatever you want to do. So, if you're new to my channel, new to this live, I'm Byron. My channel is Traveling with Promise. Um, I'm not into politics, so if I get any questions about voting, I'm not. I don't. I don't like politics at all. I don't like the Democrats. I don't like the Republicans. To me, they're all on the same team. So I'm not. I'm not taking a side regarding politics. The government is the government. They're gonna do what they want, regardless of who you voting for. So whether you voting for Republican or Democrats, it's they're gonna do what they want anyway. So I'm not into politics. So I wish I could give you a response of who I'm voting for, but I don't care about politics. So I don't really see the need to respond to your question, unfortunately. But other than that, life is pretty good. So I'm also excited about the Olympics. I've seen a lot of great basketball games so far, swimming, gymnastics, the rugby. The women's rugby team won the first medal in 100 plus years, and also the men's gymnastics team won a medal for the first time in like 16 years. Um, it's just a lot of great success going on in the Olympics. So, um, have I ever played GTA? I haven't. Never been into that part of gaming. Most of the games that I enjoy playing over the last few years are Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I got a lot of 2Ks, a lot of Maddens, and all of that. GTA has never been in my. I never had the urge to play GTA, so maybe at some point I may try the game, but that's not a game that I've ever been into. So, but thanks for the question. There. Also, just in addition to the Olympics, I can't wait till track and field starts. It starts in a couple of days, as you know. That's my favorite sport of all time, and I'm hoping that it's going to be some fireworks and some good excitement to start. So, if you are someone that's in the track and field starts, I believe, on either on August 1st or August 2nd for the Olympics. Favorite football team. If I can give you a clue of my favorite football team, I'm wearing it right now. So that's my favorite football team. Everyone knows that's on my channel. I wear this gear every day, in addition to Nike. So if I'm not wearing my Niner stuff, I'm wearing Nike gear. So Nike and the 49ers pretty much go hand in hand for me. And I have Niner gear and Nike gear in different colors. So that's that's more about me there. But yeah, track and field should be kicking off on the second. I think it starts with the women's 100 meter dash. So so I'm so excited about track and field kicking off in a couple of days for the Olympics. I believe the Olympics men basketball team is playing South Sudan. If it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. So definitely, if you have time, check out the Olympics. A lot of the coverage is free. So if you happen to not have cable, Peacock is available. NBC has a lot of the stuff on there, and they have some playbacks. So you can't go wrong either way. But that's what I like about my channel. Like, it's a lot of things that I like to talk about. It's a lot of niches on my channel. So if you are new to the channel, I have so many things that you can be a part of. So I have hiking. I have me chasing waterfalls. I have me going to 49er games, vacations, um, sightseeing events. So me being on YouTube for about 2 months and 2 weeks, it's been a great experience so far. I'm definitely taking a step in the right direction. My next improvement would be to improve my watch time. Right now, I have about 130 hours of watch time and a 448 subscriber. I mean, 484 subscribers. So I'm 16 away from my short-term goal of 500, but I'm thousands of hours away from watch time. So if you're ever on my channel, definitely check out more of my long form videos. I got a lot of great content on there. Canada is on my list. I'm actually considering going to Canada this year. I do want to go to Banff National Park, Jasper National Park, and Yoho National Park, and check out some sceneries at those three parks. The Niners are playing the Bills this year in Buffalo, so Buffalo is not too far from the Canadian border. So if I don't get to those three national parks this year in Canada, definitely go to I would definitely go to Niagara Falls, because Niagara Falls has been on my list for years. Vietnam has never been on my list of places to visit. I've been to a lot of places overseas just on vacations or sightseeing, but that hasn't tracked my list. So I'll do some research and see if that's a good place to visit. If not, probably won't go. Um, where have I been so far regarding overseas? I've been to Brazil, um, Bora Bora. I've been to Paris, South Korea, China, Bahamas. I've been to Kuwait, Dubai, and I believe a few more places that I've gone to overseas. So usually I do an overseas trip every year for my birthday in December. So that'd be something that I would continue to maintain, just to get an island trip in, just to reset for a few days. It's just a situation. I just think I just like a lot of things in life as a whole, and it's just a matter of whatever you enjoy in life. Just do it. Like the Nike Swift sign. Just do it. You only got one life to live, and you need to maximize it to the best of your ability. Whether it's meeting someone, going on vacations, doing what you love to do. Uh, no matter what you do, just make sure you're moving forward and doing something that's going to impact the world in a positive way. So I'm thrilled about the next chapter in life. Like I said, I did my federal drug test today. Should get my results back within 24 to 48 hours. That's probably gonna be the last missing piece before I get my final offer. So I'm so excited about it. There, been out of work for the last I think for the last going on 2 months. So I just utilize that time to just focus on mental health, do things that I really enjoy, which is hiking and sightseeing, just to take my mind off of situations. And I always say when one door closes, another one will open. So I'm very happy about just persevering in life, not letting anything get me down, moving forward. And then, as I stated, when things happen in life, that means something good is going to happen as well. You're not going to have bad times all the time in life. So, as long as you're continuing to remain positive and focus on reaching a goal, oftentimes you'll reach it. You just have to have that mindset to just know that, hey, where I'm currently at is not where I'm going to be. It's just a matter of time in which you just got to keep maintaining the positivity and just know that it'll get better as a whole. So I'm definitely just happy to be here. I don't have any complaints at the moment, and I'm just want to just keep being the best person that I can be. So if you're on my channel, again, thank you for visiting my channel from time to time, liking and commenting. And then if you have subscribed to my channel, thank you for doing that. But it's I will be, as you may know, I upload material daily. So it's a lot of great content on my channel. So what I'm noticing over the last few weeks is when I go hiking, I don't just go hiking just to hit trails. So when I go hiking, I'm looking at so many elements that involve hiking. So when you go on hiking, I'm looking at terrain. I'm looking at rivers, lakes, and streams. I'm looking at waterfalls, wildlife. Like so, when I went my last two hikes, I ran into several mooses. I ran into several, I think marmots. I've seen deers, um, and a lot of the lakes have trout that just jumping out of the water. So it's a lot of good wildlife that I'm seeing. Things like that makes it worth the hike, you know, because a lot of those hikes I go on are very grueling. Definitely have to take at least a day or two after the hike just to recover because it's hiking. I think my last three hikes has been over 20 miles, and it's definitely as you get older, your body tend to recover. Recovery time normally takes longer. Me being 41 right now, it takes my body at least about 36 to 48 hours just to recover from a grueling hike. So the pattern I've had the last few weeks is I've been hiking at least twice a week, and I may take a day or two off in between before I hit the next hike. Usually every couple of days, I'll go to All Trails website, and then I'll put a list together, a ABCD list of places that I want to hike at and what trails I want to trailhead. And then from there, I would simply just choose. I'll break it down to just my top two picks, and then I'll decide the day that I'm leaving to go on the hike on which trail I'll do. But this time, as my hiking days continue, me having more items to go hiking with is gonna be a game changer. So I'm excited that my hiking poles came in yesterday, and my mosquito net should be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna be just happy just to be on the trail, looking like most of the other people who hike, because most of everyone I see on the trail have hiking poles, and I heard hiking poles kind of helps out with your posture and helps you be able to trek better on trails. So and then the hiking poles that I purchased, literally the next day, it went down 25%. My hiking poles were $30, but they normally go 36. And then literally yesterday when I looked on Amazon, it was down $10. So I was like, wow, I finally bought the hiking poles, and literally 2 days later, the hiking poles dropped in price by $10. So, but all in all, I'm excited about it. My hiking poles are 49 colors as well, so it's pretty much the red, and it's red and white with some black trimmings. So I'm excited about life as a whole. This next chapter, and then I don't know where I'm going hiking yet. For tomorrow, I'm tempted to go back to the Hizzy trailheads just to hit up Kings Lake, Devil's Lake, and Woodlawn Lake, because those are the three trails that I missed from 2 days ago. So it just going to depends on that. If not, because I saw someone post a Columbine Lake um, picture yesterday, I'm tempted to go there because it's in Silverton. I don't believe it's too far from where I live, and that lake was baby blue hues. Um, I heard it's a grueling hike, but I will hike that. I've hiked 20 plus miles the last few hiking adventures. So if it's 7 to 8 miles, I'm okay with hiking if that's the viewpoint that I'm gonna get. So I would just say I'm probably gonna jump off live in a few minutes, and I may jump back on a little later on. I just wanted to just give you all a life update for me. So again, I did get a new job offer. I signed my tentative offer last week. They called me yesterday to do a federal drug test. I went yesterday on a whim, but I didn't have enough. I didn't provide enough of a urine sample yesterday for them to test it. So I had to end up going. I had to reschedule for today. So I went around 11:10 this morning and completed it. Had just enough, so I'm excited about that. So in life, as I've said time and time again on this channel, don't give up. Don't don't let a situation. Don't let what you see a situation currently is prevent you from reaching your goal. Always remain positive. Always just be confident that you're going to reach the goal that you wish to reach, and you're going to get there. You may not get there as fast as other people, but the most important thing is to keep moving, stay encouraged, and just know that we're, don't let where you're at currently deter you from getting to that finish line. Whether you're on a hiking trail, whether you're going to work, everyone in life may not get to the same finish line. It's most of the times you may hear that it's not a marathon. I mean, it's not as marathon. That's a good analogy as well. AP, thanks for subscribing to my channel. I've been to New Orleans a couple times. I really enjoyed the food down there. I'm definitely looking forward to going back there at some point. The Super Bowl is there next year, so fingers crossed if the Niners make it to the Super Bowl next year, I will be in Saint in in New Orleans cheering on the Niners. We did lose the last time we played the Super Bowl in New Orleans against the Ravens, but I'm hoping with the new people that we acquired this year and Drake Greenlaw getting healthy and um, Hufanga getting healthy that we'll be able to close in some gaps and get to the Super Bowl. So thanks for subscribing to my channel. And God willing, I'll be in New Orleans next February for the Super Bowl with the Niners playing whoever we're playing. So but thanks for subscribing to my channel. And I hope that the content that I have on there is something that you enjoy as well as anyone else that's on the live. Um, but all in all, everyone, I'm just thankful to be alive and well, and just happy that life is going the way that I want it to go. Um, it hasn't been easy, but everything has pretty much made it. Everything is played out the way it needed to be played out. So, and my journey in life is probably the same journey that most other people have as well. But what I look at as it relates to anything in my life is anything that I've experienced, I may have experienced it for someone else. And when I say is, you may have someone who's been in a situation that you've been in, and you telling your story could be that missing piece that get them through it. And it's just a matter of just with me, who's the goat of what sport? I'll wait for that clarification there. Um, but that's just how life goes. Life will give you some ups and downs. It give you some curves. Who's my goat in the NFL? I am going to be very biased because I am a Niner fan. So I believe we have the goat in a lot of positions. I believe we have the goat in wide receiver, which is Jerry Rice. I believe we have the GOAT in quarterback, which is Joe Montana. I believe we have the GOAT in cornerback, which is Ronnie Lott. I believe we had some of the best running backs for years with Roger Craig, um, Garrison Hurts. Defense, so many countless people on our defense that's been well. But Jerry Rice is my overall GOAT for NFL. So I just think a lot of what he did in the NFL, those records won't be caught. So but I'll always be biased towards my team. But as most people would have it, most people are going to say it's Brady. But Jerry Rice is my goat for football. I don't think it's close. To be honest, the guy's just the guy done been around so long. Even now to this day, when I go to the Niner games, he's at most of the games, whether it's home or on the road. I've been a season ticket holder for going on 3 years, so I'm all about Niners as a whole. I've been going to Niner games for at least 10 years, and the last 4 years I've been going to road games as well. So it's been pretty fun going to going to road games and being a villain when you're landing in the airport wearing your gear, getting the crazy looks that you get, and then when you're arriving at the game, walking to the stadium, you'll see the people just saying all crazy things, um, just rooting for their team. So I definitely understand. Okay, June 02, I definitely remember you. I know you was talking about going in the military, so I'm happy that you passed your ASVAB or your physical. Cool. All right. August 15th. All right. I wish you the best. I started in the Army on August 30th in 2001. So you started 2 weeks before I did. I wish you the best. Definitely, I would encourage you, man, just to be very, very positive as you go through the experience of basic training. All right, Marine, cool. I love going on live and seeing other veterans in the chat. So, Big D, I'm happy you were a Marine. Um, Juno too. I would just say too, it's gonna be when you're starting out, when you're going through basic, no matter what branch you're going into. If you can get through the first couple weeks, you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna be a lot of tests and trials that you're gonna have. They're gonna be doing a lot of things just to test you mentally and physically. So just remain positive. Lean on your battle buddies is what I know in the military in the army. That's what we call those soldiers. But lean on your buddies that you're serving with and be a team. It's gonna require you being a team getting through basic training as a whole. So you're gonna have to rely on your brothers to get through it. Encourage one another. Oftentimes, what me and my other battle buddies did at nighttime is if we had anyone in our platoon that was not doing well, oftentimes we would just help each other out at nighttime, whether it's doing push ups, sit ups, or if we get time to go down in the bay or outside, we may do sprints up and down the sidewalk just to help us get better at either sprinting, running, and everything like that. So just know it's gonna be exactly it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. So just know as you're getting through, as you're starting out, just be positive. You're gonna be battle tested. So it's not gonna be a situation in which you're gonna go in and it's gonna be a cakewalk. Now I don't know how the Navy and I know Big D he was in Marines. So I know he probably was either Paris Island or in San Diego, but he can attest to the same thing I'm saying. Even though I went in the Army, it's gonna be crazy, and it's August, so August is hot. I mean, when I was in I did my base training at Fort Sill. It was very hot in August and early part of September. So and then with the ruck marches we had to do, carrying 40 and 50 pounds in our rucksack for like 12 to 15 miles. It's crazy. So, yep. So, being that Big D went base training in San Diego, he can attest that it's hot there. He was hot when he went. So, just just don't let anything get you down. Remain encouraged. Again, if you have a positive mindset going into basic training, and then just continue to build a good teamwork between the other soldiers that you're serving with, it's going to allow you all to build a good brotherhood. And as it relates to a lot of challenges that you're going to have to do as a team, is you're able to get to know the people that you're serving with and their tendencies. It'll help you get through a lot of obstacles that you have to get through. So getting through base training is definitely a team effort. You're gonna have some individual things you have to do as far as your PT tests and everything else, but just remember it's gonna take everyone. And one thing I've always say is one team, one fight, no matter what. We may have different names, but we're all wearing that same flag. We all got the same objective. We all got to get through basic training, get through AIT, and get to our unit, and just keep moving forward. And it's gonna be a lot of things that you learn in basic training that you're gonna be able to use in life. So how you just how you be placed in certain situations and you being able to just adapt and overcome. That's one of the big things I admired about going in the army. Oftentimes, those things that happened to me in the army really helped me in the civilian world because somewhere and we had to figure things out. A map, we may not have a guide or anything. You got to rely on the resources that's available and your team, and you got to get to the finish line, get to the designated area, and it's what it is. It's the military can be one of the best experiences that you can have in life, but it's all about what you make it. And also, don't look at it just as just basic training, AIT, and your units. It's other things you need to look at too that you can get. I didn't know on the front end of my military. I signed up for my GI Bill, which I used after I got out of the military. But you have tuition assistance that you can get while you're in. It's a lot of colleges that's on campus, or they may have a college representative that may come to one of the community centers on post, and they'll teach a class. So give one of the counselors there and see if you can get some of your if you want to pursue a college degree, see if you can get some college credits done. Correspondent courses are great. Correspondent courses can help you with getting promoted. I know in the army, if you had a lot of things went into a lot of things factored into a promotion board. You have to have a great range score, a good PT score, and then you have any college credits or correspondence courses. All of those gave you additional points that helped you towards the promotion board. And then when you went to the promotion board, of course, you had to execute that, answer the questions, but it's definitely don't look at just the end game with the military. Make sure you're maximizing your time. Of course, they're gonna do a lot of things at the beginning just to get to you. So of course they're gonna cut all your hair off. They're gonna strip you of all your devices that you normally had. I know the military has changed a bit now. I know when I went in 2001, we wasn't allowed to keep our cell phones and technologies and all of that. But I heard now that it's changed a bit. I heard that you get time. I mean, I had I had to purchase phone cards a PX just to be able to call home when we got phone time. So, but I think the military then has changed now. So, I believe people got access to their cell phones now and get time every day to call home. But being able having to go to the PS and get a phone card and then have to keep put minutes on the phone card was crazy. Or it being a line outside near the drill sergeant office for everyone to call. Normally they had about 4 or 5 phones outside in which you're in line just to be able to call home. So it's a lot of things that as you stating that you're going to basic training that it just flashed up upon me about the days going through basic training. And the food is not going to be the best either. And just know, if you don't hear anything else on Juno 2, you're going to get used to probably hearing eat now, taste it later. What that means is it could be a situation in which, and when you get to the chow hall, if your platoon don't get into the chow hall earlier than others, by the time the drill sergeant says it's time for you to get up, you may just be sitting down eating your food and you got to go. So oftentimes in a chow hall, you may get 5 to 10 minutes. to eat. So just be mindful of that. Another thing, MREs, meals ready to eat, was another meal that we had to do a lot. So if you're ever in the field, or if you can't get the chow hall, it's something called MREs. It's pretty much it's a brown packet that has one one meal, and possibly either it may have candy in there, or a cake or something else. So I you had spaghetti, you had ham slice, you had pork, you had meatloaf. It was probably chicken tortini. It was probably about 20 different meals that was part of the MRE, and pretty much you cut the plastic, you cut it open, and then open up the you get the you open up the clear bag, and put water in it. It has heating elements in it, so you just put your meal in there and it heat it up. And oftentimes you may either have a packet of cocoa in there, or a cookie, or some kind of candy that's part of the MRE. So if anyone's going to the military like Juno 2 is, I'm just giving him some game regarding things to look forward to in the military. So MREs, meals ready to eat, is probably going to be something that you're going to eat if you don't get to the chow hall. They're going to cut all your hair off. You're going to have a lot of mental and physical challenges at the beginning. But I will say, if you can get through the first couple weeks of basic training, you'll be home free. And then the longer you're in basic training, um, the drill sergeants will get better. And just like Big D said, it's pretty much um, eat now, chase it later. So you're not gonna get a chance to enjoy your food. Also, too, showers. So when you're waking up first thing in the morning, I know we had to make our bunks and everything else. Everything had to be done a certain kind of way, and then oftentimes you only had a few minutes to the three S's they'll say, which is I don't curse, so the first one is a curse word: shower and shave. So you pretty much got you got those three things going on at a time. So just like you're not gonna have enough time to eat, you're not gonna have enough time to get dressed either. So what I like about that now is being someone who served in the civilian world. I don't need much time to get dressed. If I had to get somewhere at 11 o'clock, I probably can probably can set my alarm for 10:30, jump in the shower, get dressed, and get there at 20 30 minutes. Because in the military, you didn't have much time to get dressed, to eat, and everything else. Now in the civilian world, being able to enjoy life a little bit, you can always lean on those past experiences to get you through the test of time. So time management is something that's also going to be very key to you when you go through basic training. So just make sure that I can tell you right now, with you starting out, you're going to be you're going to gain so many skills from you going to basic training. That's going to be so good for you on the back end. Time management is going to be great. You're going to be more mentally fit and tough, and you're gonna be great. So, and you're right. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're on time. That's definitely right there. Also, what Big D just said is key as well. Make sure that you're careful with who you're surrounding yourself with, and this may be a bigger picture when you get to your duty station. I know in basic training, you're around your people on a day-to-day basis. That's all you know for those 2 months. And you pretty much, when you get your passes, either your post passes or your off post passes, be careful of your surroundings. It's people that's targeting soldiers on post and off post. So just make sure. I know you don't get much latitude in basic, but in AIT you get more. You get a little bit more freedoms, and then when you get to your duty station, all the freedom. But just be careful, because, as Big D said, if you stick around the wrong people, it can cause you to get in trouble. It can cause you to get Article 15s, which is something you don't want. You can get reduced in rate, extra duty, and etc. And not only in civilian, I mean the army world. I've had the same mindset in the civilian world as well. So definitely be around. Definitely be careful who you're hanging with because that can be detrimental to your career. And if it's not, if because if your career is very important to you, then it's gonna be that need to be something that you can do. I know with me, I made sure that when I went out with some of my friends on active, I made sure I was the designated driver. I was a person that didn't smoke or drink anyway. So it's a situation in which I wanted to still hang out with my friends, but I also wanted to make sure that I got my friends back home because the first thing you hear is if one of your friends got in trouble, they're gonna ask you, why did you let that happen? If you went out with them, you should have made sure they got back. So even if you're sharing your barracks with another soldier, it's very important that you look out for your friends, look out for your battle buddies. It's not a situation in which you go out and you just leave someone hanging. Like you can't when you're wearing that uniform is very very important. But when you're not in that uniform, it's still just as important that that it matters about who you're representing outside on post, outside of post. So if you're not maintaining the standards, you can get it can be detrimental. So just be mindful of that. It's gonna be times in which you may want to do some things that you're not comfortable doing. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. You are set to lose so much being in the military for doing something very boneheaded that can cause you your career. Because if you go in the military and you do something very very bad, you can end up getting a dishonorable discharge. And if you ever get a dishonorable discharge, that hurts you when you get out the military, because they gonna ask you if you was in the military before and your DD 214 has that information on there. You're not gonna be able to get a job. That a dishonorable discharge is just as bad as a misdemeanor or a felony, and it can be something that you could have avoided, but you did it to fit in. Don't fit in the military. I'm telling you, it's just it takes so hard. I mean, it takes so much to get into the military in certain cases. My military job also required a secret clearance, so I had to go through additional tape just to get my MOS there. Yeah, same thing too. I had a lot of friends that got to Big D's point that got drunk and ended up on a golf course. So you may have some friends, as Big D said, be careful who you surround yourself with, because you may have some people that actually would do things to you and get you set up, and you end up on a golf course, or you end up on post walking around with no car. Or I've seen some wild stuff. I've seen some friends that went out to a bar and a club and got someone very drunk, and the soldier ended up walking down the interstate with no clothes on. Like it's just just be careful with that. Your tolerance too. If you're someone who's fresh out of high school, you're pretty much you're not allowed to drink anyway. But if you're someone who's in your 20s or 30s and you're going through basic training and AIT, the first opportunity you get to drink is not going to be a good one. I've seen a lot of my friends that because you've been pretty much free of not doing anything, even the food, like everything that you're eating, everything that you're eating in the military didn't have any seasoning on it. You're not being allowed to drink or do anything else, and and just like Big D, I joined right out of high school too. I was 18 when I went in, and it was definitely I was never like I said I was never a drinker or a smoker, so I still to this day haven't smoked in my life. Um, I've drank every now and then, but never been a beer drinker. I may drink um, liquor from time to time, but it's not a situation in which a drink like that. I like a lot of frozen margaritas or something like that. Nothing hardcore, but from time to time I may take a shot of Crown or Jim Beam or a Jack or something. But it's just something that you got to look forward to. So I would also say, being that you got a few more weeks before you start basic, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get your sleep pattern down. Oftentimes you're gonna get woken up around four something in the morning. So okay, nice. I thought about retiring Big D, but I ended up doing three deployments out the gate when I started. So I started August 2021. I mean 2001, and then when I graduated basic AIT and got to my unit, I got to Fort Benning in February 2002. I was in Kuwait by May, so I ended up being deployed within 3 months of getting to my duty station, and I ended up being deployed for 7 months. Came back for a month, and then went back in '03 for the Operation Iraqi Freedom War in Baghdad. Stayed over there for another 7 months. Came back in August of 2003, and then we did a lot of infantry training in 2004. Then went back to Iraq in 2005. So Big D, definitely congratulations on that. 2 years from retirement is definitely a success story. I tell everyone 20 years in the military is probably like 40 years in the civilian world. I mean, the things you see in the military is maximized in the civilian world. So definitely, definitely keep going, Big D. Finish these last 2 years so you can get to your retirement, and I definitely wish you the best um, as your when you ETS in a couple of years. My section chief, he's about to retire. He hit 20 years a few months ago. Him and his wife. I think his wife is a E7, so he's about to retire, and I touch base with him every now and then. That's probably one of the best section chiefs I've had, or just someone that's been a supervisor in my life for years. So I will also say too, it's always good to maintain who you've worked, maintain a good communication. And I always say, Big D, you have wife and kids. I'll tell you what, a spouse in the military is tough. That's probably that's probably one of the hardest jobs I can probably say in the world. I respect I respect women as a whole, but women that are spouses in the military has a very hard job, especially if you have someone that's like Big D is coming up on 20 years. Like you having to be with someone who's probably PCSing every 2 years. What that means is probably PCS is mean you're changing duty stations. So oftentimes at best you may be able to stay on a post maybe 3 or 4 years, but sometimes you may get shift the PCS to another duty station every couple of years or so, or you may have to go to Korea or Germany as a hardship tour. Normally, Korea is a hardship tour for 1 year. Germany sometimes 2 years. So anyone that's served in the military can attest to it. But also anyone who's married in the military, I have much respect for anyone that's married in the military because that's definitely a hard gig. Whether you're living on post, living off post, having to pack up your family every couple of years, like that's hard. And you being 18 years in, Big D, doing that, I commend you. Not only you, but your wife and your kids for being able to stick by you and be able to get through it. I've heard a lot of stories that it's not. It wasn't bad. I know with me, I served 8 years, but I my big thing was hitting three deployments in combat within your first 4 years. Was tough. I also got stop loss on active, so I ended up having to stay on for another 8 months. So it wasn't too bad. The reserves was better for me because I had a chance to go to school, and I was actually at Fort Jackson, which is not too far from where I was born and raised. So doing 4 years and 8 months on active, and then doing 3 years and 4 months in the reserves was a game changer for me. Plus, they put me closer to home, so I had fun in the military. So life is life is what you make it. And like Big T said, Big T said, it's gonna, if you're, when you're going into the military, it's gonna be possibly scary. I'm not gonna lie. I remember getting on a cattle truck with a few of my friends that I met at AG at Fort Sill, and we kept saying, we ain't gonna be afraid. We ain't gonna be. They ain't gonna be able to do nothing to us when we get here. But when that door opens from that cattle truck, and that drill sergeant jump on that cattle truck saying, "Get off this bus," da 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 da, and you get in there, you gotta drop your bags. It gets real. It gets real when you get off that bus and you got 4 or 5 drill instructors or drill sergeants grilling you about simple stuff. And the thing about it, that first test, no one passes. They're gonna say, y'all gotta get, when you get off this bus, y'all need to be y'all need to be ready in 5 minutes. Y'all need to have your bags here and lined up, dressed right, dressing, etc. Even if you get it done in 3 minutes, you still fail. So you're going to fail that first. Everyone's going to fail that first test that they give you because it's not a test that no one's going to pass. When you get off that bus and those drill sergeants are grilling you, that's going to be the biggest wake up call in your life. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? And it's going to be like that for the first couple weeks, especially that first week. You're going to question if you should have went in the military because just how specific things have to get done, having to get up at these certain times of the morning, getting those, getting everything ready to go, going to CIF and getting your uniforms and your canteens and your gear. Um, it's definitely it's a game changer. It's definitely a game changer. So I would just say don't be sad. It's gonna be anyone that's going to the military or have plans going to the military. It's a rewarding career. Exactly. Uh, I had a drill sergeant. We had so being at Fort Sill. Uh, Most of my drill sergeants were infantry, even though Fort Sill is the home artillery. We had some drill sergeants that were just insanely crazy. Our senior drill sergeant pretty much was psycho. I remember one occasion, they on a mental side of the house, they made us change into different uniforms every few minutes. So they may say, "Hey, all right, y'all got 5 minutes to run upstairs and put on your PT gear." Then you run upstairs, put on your PT gear, and come down. All right, you got 10 minutes to get your BDUs on and come back down. We did that almost a full hour getting into BDUs back then and PT gear. Had to keep switching that up for like a whole hour. And then one time, me and one of my bunk mates was coming down, and the senior drill sergeant was pissed off because we were getting close to the time. He picked me up off the. I was running down the steps. He grabbed me and threw me at least about 10 feet from the steps. I was like, "What is going on here?" Psycho. And I was like, who throws people? Who throws someone who's coming down the steps? Just threw me, like launched me 10 feet, um, and just because I didn't, and I was in good shape. I was like a buck 50. I think between 150 and 155. Probably had about 3 or 4% body fat. I was in great shape. I just I just was the person who got picked out. So yeah, but like I said, now I don't think they can't do anything like that now. I think the military has changed as a whole. So it's just a lot of things that they did just to motivate people that can't do now. So even the first few tests that we had to do in 2001, I think they changed that up in the army right now. So that test is not even there anymore. It's more of a a platoon competition now, in which you'll be tasked with getting things to a certain level. Or I saw it on YouTube a few weeks ago, so they've changed up the first couple tests on basic training now. So it's pretty much now, like I said, the ones I saw were just a platoon a platoon competition just to see who wins. And if your platoon won, then you pretty much get a an advantage down the line or something. But it's just those things in life that you just cherish. So I'm happy that I have fellow veterans in the chat today on the live. I'm also happy that we have a new soldier that's going in the military. So everyone, wish him luck and the best in his military career. He'll be starting it in the next few weeks. So I believe that he's going to be great. And like I said, if I'm ever on live and you need any advice, ask a question. I will give you the best answer I can give you. And the same thing if Big D is on the live, I'm pretty sure he'll also chime in as well. So I wish you luck. And just know that we're here for you in support. Got a Lions fan in the chat. All right, cool. We beat you in the NFC Championship. We'll see you guys again, I think in December. So I'm looking forward to that game. The Lions, you guys have a great team. So I'm hoping that you guys have a great year this year as well. Lions, I was at the game. That was definitely a game that I was very nervous in. I didn't think we was going to come back what we did. But again, June '02, like I said, I wish you the best. If you have the time now, within the next couple of weeks, definitely probably work on your sleep patterns. Keep working out if you are. And thanks for subscribing as well, Big D. Appreciate you doing that. But definitely wish you the best as well, Big D. Catch me on another live at another time. Thanks for subscribing. And again, this utilize these next couple of weeks, June, to get yourself mentally prepared for basic training. Um, Again, everyone, thank you so much for joining my live. And the interaction today was amazing. So I love moments like this when you get to share some wealth regarding anything that people have questions about. This was a good interaction today. We was able to help a new soldier that's going to the military, give them some pointers. But that's the purpose of the channel. I'm a military veteran. I do a lot of things just to clear my head throughout the year. So hiking, going to 49er games, and etc. But being a soldier, once a soldier, always a soldier. So anyone who served in the military or anyone who has family members that served, thank you for your time and your service. And as always, I wish everyone the best. Stay motivated, stay blessed, and if you need anything, if you think I can be a blessing for you, definitely jump on the chat, jump on the live, answer as many questions that you have, and I'll give you the best answers that I can. So I wish everyone the best. I hope you're having a great week so far, and I hope you have another. I hope the end of your week is just as best as the beginning of this week is. I will more than likely maintain the pattern of going live a couple times during the week in the daytime and a couple times at night. So I'll definitely be on live. If not later on today, maybe tomorrow I'll go live at night. Stay blessed, everyone. And again, thank you for coming to my channel, Traveling with Promise. I'm Byron. I'm a military vet. Been on YouTube for about 2 years and 2 weeks. 2 months and 2 weeks. And I hope that everyone maintains positivity and that you just keep striving to be great. Have a blessed day. I was supposed